So let's make this blazingly clear for everyone. Now I'm going to say this again. Gatvol Capetonian is not a political party. We are a community-based organization, and we only have two pillars. Number one, pro-minority, and I'll repeat it again, the minorities being white people, Indian people, the so-called colored people, and of course, the Aboriginal people, the Khoisan people, that we, the so-called colored community, are a direct descendant of. That's our first plank, pro-minority. Number two, pro-Cape independence. Pro-independence for the province or the state of the Western Cape. Now, we will operate within the ambit of the law of the Constitution of South Africa. Chapter 14, Section 235 gives us, as South Africans, the right to exercise the further civil liberty of self-determination. And that means come 2019, next year this time, whenever it might be, we would have already identified a suitable and viable political party to use as a vehicle to place our ex next to vote for, that we know will call for a referendum for the Western Cape to be declared an independent state from the failed state of South Africa. Because we and our province, the last bastion of hope on the dark continent of Africa, we're not going to become another Guinea-Bissau, Burkina Faso, Chad, North or South Sudan, Zimbabwe, you name it. We will fight tooth and nail to get our freedom from South Africa, because we are not going to see our future generations suffer under the heel of economic oppression and economic slavery to the ANC regime that only looks out for its own people. And Cyril Ramaphosa himself spoke about his people. And we know, as so-called colored people and as Aboriginals, we are not included in that, because his people are the Bantu majority of South Africa, not the minorities of the Western Cape or anywhere else in South Africa.
I'll tell you why we need our independence. Junk status. In the last 50 years, I think 3% of countries that have gone, I might be wrong, but I think it's 3% of countries that have gone into junk status have gotten out. This is the Western Cape. We've got the sea to our backs. As Aboriginals, our ancestors lived off the sea.
Yeah.
We've got all the land we need to farm. We've got all we produce our own electricity and petrol. South Africa can offer us nothing. Except the taxes we pay, which underpin the Goodwills Welatinis, the Jacob Zumas in the Kandla with his 7 or 8 wives. This is what our tax rands buy for us. And what do we get in return?
The Cape Flats.
We get the Cape Flats. We get the windy areas. Where you got to travel 2 hours to get to Cape Town to get to work, and 2 hours to travel back. Because it's designed by the apartheid system and underpinned by the ANC to keep you too tired and too busy to think about anything. Our people can't think about democracy or freedom. We can't enjoy the rights the ANC brags about because we're prisoners in our homes. Our kids can't play outside. And this is not a natural phenomenon. This is the only community in all of South Africa where parents bury children with regular monotony. This is unnatural. And when you complain about it, the state just sticks its head in the sand. Just this afternoon, we had JP Smith send his law enforcement to evict people from a piece of land. People crying and dying for houses, literally dying for houses because their houses are bursting at the seams. No eviction order, name tags removed. apartheid style. This is the DA that says it's the best run province in the city. Maybe if you live in Ladadno, yes.
Yes.
Maybe if you're a newcomer to Cape Town and you live in Sequalo and you've pelted a few stones and burnt a few robots and you're gonna get a house, this will seem like the best run. But I tell you now, the DA's days in this province are numbered.
Numbered.